Hi, this is Archana. Today I am going to discuss about the universal torque equation and the distance relay. Okay, before going to the universal torque equation, first what is meant by the universal torque equation, how it will be useful. Okay, the equation can be used to describe the operation of any electrical relay by changing the signs of some of the terms or ignoring the entire ring. Okay, the electromagnet consists of a current and voltage winding. The current through the winding produces the magnetic flux, and then the torque is produced by the inertia of an flux. Okay, this equation governs the application of all the types of the relays, and the equation has a variable and different variables and the constants. Okay, it explains the working of any electrical relay. The electromagnetic relay consisting of a current winding and voltage winding. Okay, due to the current flowing through that winding, then it produces some magnetic flux. Okay, due to that flux the torque will be produced. Due to that torque it produces the inertia. Due to the inertia of the flux, the magnetic inertia of the flux, the torque will be developed. Okay, this is the introduction about the universal torque. This universal torque explains the working of an electrical relay. By using this universal torque, we explain the working of an electrical relay. Okay, the relay has some arrangement of the electromagnets. Okay, the relay consisting of some arrangements of an electromagnet. It consists of an electromagnet. Okay, this electromagnet consists of a current winding and the voltage winding. The current winding produces the magnetic flux. Due to the flow of the current in the current winding, we produce the magnetic flux. We develop the magnetic flux. Due to that magnetic flux, some torque will be produced, and the torque is produced by the interaction of the fluxes of the same winding or between the fluxes of the both winding. Due to the interaction of these fluxes, some torque will be produced. Okay, next coming to the torque equation, this is the universal torque equation, that is the K1 I square plus K2 V square plus K3 Vi cos of theta minus tau plus K4 is the universal torque equation. This is the universal torque equation for all the relays, that is overcurrent relay, distance relays, okay, differential relays. This is the universal torque equation. Okay, the torque developed by the current winding is the K1 I square. Due to the inertia of the torque developed by the current winding is the K1 I square. Okay, next one is the torque developed by the voltage winding is the K1 V square. The torque developed by the voltage winding is the K1 V square. If both currents and the voltage windings are used, the torque developed by the interaction between the fluxes is given by the equation. Okay, where theta is the angle between the V and I, and the tau is the relay maximum torque angle. Okay, where theta is the angle between the V and the I, and tau is the relay maximum torque angle. If the relay has a current, the voltage and the torque angle and torque will be developed. If the relay has a current, the voltage and the torque angle, the torque will be developed, and it will be given as the torque T equal to K1 I square plus K2 V square plus K3 Vi cos of theta minus tau plus K4, where K1, K2, K3 are the sum of the constants and K4 is the another constants. I is the current flowing through the current winding and V is the voltage flowing through the voltage winding. Okay, where K1, K2, K3. Where K1, K2, K3 are the tap settings are the constants of a voltage V and I. Where K1, K2, K3 are the tap settings and the constants of the V and I. The K4 is the mechanical restraint due to the spring or gravity. Where K4 is the mechanical restraint due to the spring or a gravity. Okay, the operating characteristics of all types of relays is obtained by adding and subtracting all other constants and letting other be 0 or by adding other similar terms. Okay, the operating characteristics of all types of relays are obtained by using this universal torque equation. Okay, for example, in the overcurrent relay, the K2 equal to K3 equal to 0 because of the absence of the voltage winding. Due to the absence of the voltage winding, the term K2 and K3 will be equal to 0. Okay, due to that, the torque equation becomes, or substitute K2, K3 equal to the 0 in the universal torque equation. K2, K3 will be replaced by 0. Then torque T equal to K1 I square plus K4. But in this case, we are taken as the minus sign for the K4. K4 is the mechanical restraint due to the spring or the gravity. K4 is the mechanical restraint due to the spring or the gravity. Okay, the negative sign attributes the K4 because the spring produces the restraining torque. Due to that restraining torque, we are taken as the negative sign. Due to the restraining torque, we are taken as the negative sign. Okay, similarly for the differential relay, directional relay, K1, K2 will be equal to 0. Like in the overcurrent relays. In the overcurrent relays, the K2, K3 will be equal to 0. Because of the absence of this K2, K3, the torque equation will be having the K1 I square minus K4. Due to the sign attribution, the spring produces the restraining torque. Due to that restraining torque, we are taken as the minus sign. Okay, similarly for the directional relays, K1 equal to the K2, that equal to 0. K1 equal to the K2 equal to 0. Okay, that means and the developed torque will be given as T equal to K3 VI cos of theta minus tau minus K4. K3 VI cos of theta minus tau minus K4. Okay, this is the overcurrent relay torque equation. Then substitute the values in the universal torque equation. Then we are obtaining the directional relay torque equation. T equal to K3 VI cos of theta minus tau minus K4. While substituting the K2, K3 equal to the 0 and the developing torque is equal to torque T equal to K3 VI cos of theta minus tau minus K4. This is the torque equation for the directional relay and this is the torque equation for the overcurrent relay. Okay, in the overcurrent relay we are obtaining K2, K3 equal to the zeros and K4 is the mechanical restraint due to the spring or the gravity. Due to the spring or the gravity, the mechanical restraint torque will be represented as the K. The mechanical restraint constant will be represented as a K4. 4. Okay, this is the universal torque equation. By using this universal torque equation, it can be used to describe the operation of any electrical relay by changing the signs. Okay, by using this universal torque equation, that can be used to describe the operation of any electrical relays, and we also easily understand by operational characteristics of any differential relays. By using this universal torque equation, we obtaining how the torque will be developed in the different types of relays are easily understand by using this universal torque equation. Okay, in that relays we are having the electromagnets that consists of a current and the voltage windings. Okay, the current through this winding produces the magnetic flux. The current through this winding produces the magnetic flux, and torque is produced by the inertia of a constant. Due to that inertia of a constant, the torque will be produced. Due to that inertia of the constant, the torque will be produced. That torque will be different for the different types of relays, that is the overcurrent relay, directional relay, differential relay and distance relay. In that case, the K4 will be indicated as a mechanical restraint due to the spring or a gravity. Mechanical restraint due to the spring or a gravity. Okay, these are the all operating characteristics of the relays are obtained by adding or subtracting all other constants. By adding or subtracting by the all other constants. Okay. This electromagnet consists of the voltage and current windings. Due to that voltage and the current windings, the torque developed by the current winding is the K1I square, and also the torque developed by the voltage winding is the K1 V square. If both the current and the voltage windings are used, the torque developed for it will be different for the different types of the relays. That is, we are different for the overcurrent relay, and we are different torque equation for the differential relay, and we are different torque equation for the directional relays. These are the various difference for the differential relay, directional relays and overcurrent relays. Okay, this is the universal torque equation. By using this universal torque equation, we can be used to describe the operation of any electrical relay by changing the signs of some terms or ignoring them entirely and ignoring them entirely. By using this equation governs the applications of all the types of relays. By using this equation governs the applications of all the types of relays. The equation has a variables and also the constants. The equation has a variables and also the constants. Okay, by using these variables and constants, it will be explained by the electromagnetic relays. The torque equation will be different for the different types of the relays. It will be depending upon the electromagnets consists of a current and voltage winding. It depends on the electromagnets consists of a current and the voltage winding. Okay, the current through the winding produces the magnetic flux, and torque is produced by the inertia of a flux. This is the universal torque equation of a different types of the relays. By using this universal torque equation, we calculate or we observing the relay characteristics and also the relay operation and describe the operation of any electrical relays. Okay, this is the overall the universal torque equation. Okay, in this next topic is the distance relays. We already discussed about the directional relays in the previous video lecture. In the present video lecture, I will discuss about the distance relays. Okay, and how the torque will be produced in the different types of relays will be discussed in this present video lecture. First one is the distance relays. Okay, distance relays which flux depending upon the distance of the fault in the line. In the distance relay, the flux depends upon the distance of the fault in the relay. Due to that flux, some torque will be produced. Due to that torque, how the relay will be operated and how it will be operated and how it will be working will be understood by them easily. In this distance relay, the flux depending upon the distance of a fault in the line. Okay, the relay operation depends upon the impedance between the points of a fault and the point where the relay is installed. Okay, in this case, the relay operation is depending upon the impedance between the points of a fault. The relay operation depends upon the impedance between the points of a fault. The point where relay is installed. The point where relay is installed. Okay, these relays are known as a distance or impedance relays. These relays are known as a distance or the impedance relays. Okay, as the ratio of voltage to the current is nothing but the impedance. Normally, impedance is the Z. Okay, Z means that it is the ratio of voltage V and the current I. Okay, distance or the impedance relays is used for the protection of high or an extra high voltage transmission lines. It will be used for the high or extra high voltage transmission lines. Okay, the operation of conventional overcurrent relays, either direction or a non-direction, depends on the magnitudes of the currents or power in the protected circuit. Okay, this is the non-directional relay. This is the non-directional relay. This relay either directional or non-directional depending upon the magnitude of the currents and the power in the protected circuit. Whereas the distance protection relay operates on the principle of ratio of applied voltage to the current in the circuit. It operates on the basis of ratio of applied voltage and current in the circuit. Okay, as the ratio of V to the I or voltage to the current is nothing but the impedance. So, a distance relay is also known as the impedance relay. A distance relay is also known as the impedance relay. Okay, the operation of such relay depends upon the predetermination of voltage to the current ratio. This ratio is nothing but the impedance. Whose action is depending on the distance of the feeding point to the fault. That action will be depending upon the feeding point to the fault. Okay, the operation of a conventional overcurrent relays, either direction or non-directional, depends on the magnitudes of a current or power in the protected circuits. It will be depends on the magnitude of a current or powers in the protective circuit. Okay, whereas the distance protection relay operates on the principle of the ratio of applied voltage to the current. It will be totally depending upon the ratio of applied voltage to the current. The ratio is proportional to the distance along the line. Okay, the ratio is proportional to the distance along to the line. Okay, the ratio is proportional to the distance along to the line, and the relay that measures the distance is called a distance protection relay. Within the protective zone, if any fault will be obtained, in that case only that relay will be operated. It is a non-unit type of protection. Okay, it is a non-unit type of protection. We are having the two types of protective systems are there, unit type of protection, and second one is the non-unit type of protection, and this is the one of the type of a non-unit type of protection. A single scheme provides both the primary and backup protection. By using this single protective relay, we obtain the single and backup protection. Okay, the ratio of proportional to the distance along the line and the relay, the measure the distance is called as a distance protection relay, is called as a distance protection relay. Okay, it is not a unit type, it is not a unit system of protection. A single scheme provides both the primary and backup protection. By using this single scheme, we obtain the both for primary protection and also the backup protection. It gives the two protections, that is, one is the primary protection and second one is the backup protection. Okay, next coming to the classifications are types of a distance relays. The classifications are types of a distance relays are the first one is the impedance relay, next one is the reactance relay, next one is the admittance, are the more type of relays. Okay, these are the three types of a distance relays. First one is the impedance relay, next one is the reactance relay, next one is the admittance are a more type of a relay. Admittance are a more types of a relay. In that first one is the impedance relay. Impedance relay means that it works or it depends on the distance between the impedance of the faulty section and the position on which the relay installed, and the where the relay will be installed is known as the impedance relay. It is a voltage control equipment, and it is a voltage control equipment. It measures the impedance of a line at the relay location, and by using this the measurement of the relay and the line equation, we obtaining the impedance. Okay, next one is the position on which the relay installed is known as the impedance relay. It is a voltage control equipment. The relay measures the impedance of a faulty point. If the impedance is less than the impedance of the relay setting, if the impedance is measures the relay of the impedance system, the impedance is less than the settings. Okay, it gives the tripping command to the circuit breaker for closing their contacts. Okay, it closes the tripping circuit. If the ratio of voltage and current is less than the relay starts operating, then the relay starts operating. In the normal operating condition, the value of the line voltage is more than the current. In the normal operating condition, the value of line voltage is more than the current. Okay, but when the fault occurs on the line, the magnitude of the current varies and the voltage becomes less. It gives the impedance of the line. When a fault occurs in the protective line section, the measured impedance is the independent of a line section between the relay location and the point of a feeder. and the point of a feeder. If it is proportional to the length of the line and between the length of the line. Okay, the proportional to the length of the line and hence to the distance along the line as shown in the below given figure. Okay, this is the voltage source. This is the voltage source and this is the CTI and this is the relay location and these are the transmission line. If the fault will be obtained in this case, this is the fault location and this is the voltage line. In this figure, OF is the distance along the line, then the relay location and the fault location. This is the protective zone. OF is the protective zone of the relay location and the fault location. The voltage drop along the OF. This is the voltage drop. The voltage will be dropped like this. The voltage drop along the OF and current I flowing in the line are taken by measurement of the relay and the ratio of both the equipments is not operating. Okay, the voltage drop of the OF and the current I flowing in the line are taken for the measurement of the relay and the ratio of both the quantities are nothing but the measurement. Okay, what are the faults will be obtained, how the fault will be rectified will be discussed in this video class. Okay, this is the OF is the distance along the line and this is the protective zone. In this case only when the fault will be obtained, in this case the protective zone will be obtained. The protective zone will be obtained. Okay, this is the distance relay. In that relay, we are having the balanced beam type of electromagnetic relay. This is the balanced beam type of electromagnetic relay. This is the generating station and this is the bus and this is the circuit breaker, CTs, zone 1 and the zone 2. We are having the two types of a fault. That faults will be obtained in the two conditions, that is the zone 1 and the zone 2. Fault in the zone 1 and next one is the fault in the zone 2. Fault in the zone 2. Okay, this is the CT. This is the CT current transformer and this is the circuit breaker and this is the bus bar. Okay, and this is the bus bar. By using this balanced beam, we obtain the faulty location. This is the two zone system. In that zone 1 we are obtaining the fault in the zone 1 and in the zone 2 section we are obtaining the fault. Okay, here balanced beam type of EM relay is used as the impedance relay. Balanced type of EM relay is used as the impedance relay. Okay, the CT and PTs are energized by the current and voltage of the circuit. In that figure, the CT and PTs are energized by the current and the voltage of the circuit which is protected. Okay, it has a fixed beam and the two electromagnets. This is the fixed beam and we are having the two electromagnets. One electromagnet is energized by the voltage of the zone through the PT. This is the one electromagnet is energized by the zone of a PC. Okay, and other electromagnet is energized by the current zone through the CT. One electromagnet is energized by the PT. This is the two electromagnets are connected at the beam. Okay, this is the beam. At the middle we are having the beam. In that we are using the two electromagnets. This is the electromagnet 1 and this is the electromagnet 2. Both the electromagnets are energized by using the CT and the PT. These electromagnets are energized by the PT potentiotransformer and this electromagnet is energized by the CT. CT means the current transformer. Okay, under no fault condition, that means if there is no fault condition, the pull due to the voltage element will be more than pull due to the current element. Under normal operating condition, the pull due to the voltage element will be more than the pull due to the current, and tripping circuit remains closed. Okay, since this type of the relay operates because of the impedance of the circuit, which in terms of depending upon the distance of the fault from the relay location, it is the distance relay. Okay, its operating characteristics of impedance of the circuit is compared with the voltage at the relay location. The operating characteristics are compared with the voltage at the relay location. Okay, the impedance of the line is more than the impedance of a faulty section. The impedance of the line is represented by the radius of the circle. Okay, the radius of the circle. The current produces a positive torque is called as the operating torque, and voltage produces a negative torque is called as the restraining torque. Okay, the current is produced by the positive torque is called as the operating torque, and voltage produced by the negative torque is called as the restraining torque. The equation for the operating torque of an electromagnetic relay. The equation for the operating torque of an electromagnetic relay is T equal to K1I square minus K2V square minus K3. This is the torque equation for the distance impedance relay. K1I square is the current flowing through the current winding, and K2V square is the voltage flowing through the voltage winding, and K is the inertia of constant, where K1, K2, K3 are the constants, and K3 begin the torque due to the control spring effect. Okay, neglect the effect of a spring, which is very small. The torque equation is the K1I square minus K2V square, where K3 is the torque developed by the control spring effect. That torque will be affected by the restraining. Okay, then neglecting the effect of the spring uses, which is very small, the torque equation can be written as T equal to K1I square minus K2V square, K1I square minus K2V square minus K2V square. For the operation of the relay, the following conditions should be satisfied. K1I square is greater than the K2V square. K1I square is greater than the K2V square, or K2V square is less than the K1I square. K2V square is less than the K1I square, or V2 by I square is less than the K1 by K2, where V by I is less than the K. K is the constant, V by I means the Z, where Z is the less than K, then the relay will be operated. Okay, first the phase angle between the X and R axis is represent the position of the vector. It represents the position of the vector. If the impedance of the line is less than the radius of the circle, then shows the positive torque region. That means when ZF will be less than the ZF will be less than the Z means the ZF is the faulty and Z is the impedance set value. If the ZF is less than the Z and ZF is greater than the Z, then it is represent the negative torque region. Then it represents the negative torque region. Okay, this is the operating characteristics of an impedance relay and VI and RX diagrams for this impedance relay. This is the operating characteristics. This is the positive torque region and this is the negative torque region. Negative torque region and this is the positive torque region. And this line indicates the operating characteristics. Operating characteristics. The line indicates the operating characteristics. Okay, this is the positive torque region and this is the negative torque region. On x-axis we are taken as the current and on x-axis we are taken as the voltage and y-axis we are taken as the I. Then the VI diagram for this relay is the positive torque region we identified and negative torque region also we identify. The curve may be shows as the operating characteristics. Okay, operating characteristics. Okay, next this is the RX diagram. RX means the resistance and reactance diagram for this relay. In this case, the RX diagrams, the phase angle between the X and R axis represents the position of the vector. The phase angle between the X and R and the position between the X and R axis and represents the position of the vector. Position of the vector. Okay, if the impedance of the line is less than the radius of the circle, then it shows the positive torque region. Therefore, ZF will be less than the Z and ZF will be greater than the Z. Then it is the negative torque region. Okay, this is the RX diagram. This is x-axis we are taken as the R and y-axis we are taken as the X. In this case only the relay may be operated. In this case only the relay will be operated. And in this case RX diagram, this is in the circular structure. In that case Z will be equal to the K. In this situation the Z will be equal to the K. This region will the torque will be developed and automatically tripping the circuit. And this is the blocking region and this is the tripping region. Tripping region means that it is the closing tripping region and this is the blocking stripping region. Okay, the pickup characteristics and this is the operating time and this is the distance time. This is the pickup operating case. This is the operating case, pickup operating case. This is the reactance RX diagram for the relay. Okay, next in that distance relay, another type of relay is the reactance relay. The another type of relay is the reactance relay. Okay, in this relay, the operating torque is obtained from the current and the restraining torque. In this reactance relay, the operating torque is obtained from the current and the restraining torque by the current and the voltage of a directional element. By the current and the voltage of a directional element. Okay, that implies the reactance relay is an overcurrent relay with directional restraint. Okay, the directional element is designed to maximum torque angle, that is the 90 degrees. Reactance type of relay is a high speed relay. Okay, this type of relay is the high speed relay. It consists of a 2 units and overcurrent element developing a positive torque and a voltage current directional elements will enter aided or opposes the overcurrent element. Okay, depends on the phase angle between the V and the I. depends on the phase angle between the V and the I. Okay, this is the total introduction to the or overall introduction to the reactance relay. Okay, next coming to the torque equation for this type of relay. Therefore, the universal torque equation formula is the torque T equal to K1I square plus K2V square K2V square plus K3Vi cos of theta minus tau plus K4. This is the universal torque equation. K1I square K2V square plus K3Vi cos of theta minus tau plus K4. Okay, putting K2 equal to 0 and K4 equal to 0 and torque T equal to 90. Torque T equal to 90. When we get the torque in the reactance relay. Okay, therefore the torque T equal to K1I2 minus K3Vi cos of theta minus 90 degrees. Cos of theta minus 90 degrees. Then the torque equation for this relay is by substituting the K2 equal to 0 and K4 will be equal to 0. Then the torque will be K2I2 minus K3Vi sin theta. Okay, for the operation of this relay, K2I2 T is greater than 0, K2I2 implies K3Vi sin of theta greater than the 0. Okay, then sin theta, then Vi sin theta by I2 is less than the K1 by K2. Okay, V by I of sin theta is less than the K1 K2. K1 K2, but Z equal to the V by I, so Z sin theta less than K1 by K2, that equal to constants. K1 by K2 that equal to constants. So X is the less than K1 by K2. X is the less than K1 by K2. Okay, next, therefore, the operation of this relay and the reactance by the relay shows less than the setting value. The operation of this relay and shows the less than the setting value. The operating characteristics of this reactance, X is the reactance of the protected zone line, and in this case X is the reactance of the protected lone line. This is the X is the reactance of the protected line between the relay location and the faulty point, between the relay location and the fault between the points. Okay, and R is the restraint component of the impedance, and the characteristic shows that the resistance component of the impedance has no consequence of the working of the relay. Okay, these points below the operating characteristics is called as the positive torque region, and this is the positive torque region, and this is the negative torque region. This is the positive torque region and this is the negative torque region, where X is the reactance of the protective line between the relay and the location. Between the relay and the location. This is the characteristics of this reactance relay. In this case of the distance relay, the last one and the third one is the admittance relay. This admittance relay is also known as a Moore relay. The admittance relay is also called as the Moore relay. Okay, the admittance relay is the most commonly used type of distance relay. The admittance relay is the most commonly used type of distance relay. Its characteristics passes through the origin of a RX diagram. The characteristics is passes through the Rx of this diagram. Okay, in Moore relay, the operating torque is obtained by the VI element. In the Moore relay, the operating torque is obtained by the VI element and restraining torque by the voltage element, and restraining torque is by the voltage element. Okay, this means the Moore relay is the voltage restrained directional relay. Voltage restrained directional relay. Okay, from the universal torque equation, the torque T equal to K1I square K2V square plus K3VI cos of theta minus tau plus K4. This is the universal torque equation for the relay, and this is the universal torque equation for the relay. K1I square plus K3V3 cos of theta minus tau. Okay, tau plus K4. Putting K1 equal to 0 and K2 equal to minus 1 and K4 equal to 0, we get the torque in the Moore relay. Then it will be obtained. Substituting this, K1 value will be replaced by the 0. Then 0 into I square, that is also 0, plus K2. K2 will be substituted by the minus 1. Minus 1 means the minus K2V square. Minus 1 is the minus V2 K2V square. K2V square. For the relay to be operated. If the torque is greater than 0. If the torque for the relay will be greater than 0, that K3VI cos of theta minus tau minus K1V square is greater than the 0. But the impedance Z value will be considered as Z equal to V by I. The impedance value Z will be considered as, therefore Z will be equal to the V by I. Normally the K3VI cos of theta minus tau is greater than the K2V square. Greater than the K2V square. K2V square. Therefore, V2 by V1 is less than the K3 cos of theta minus tau into K by 2 or K by 1 into K by 1. This is the torque equation for the admittance or the Moore type of relay. Okay, admittance are the Moore type of relay. The admittance relay is most commonly used type of a distance relay. The admittance relay is the most commonly used type of a distance relay. Okay, its characteristics is passed through the secondary relay. Okay, Moore relay measures a components of a admittance, that is the magnitude of y is less than theta, but its characteristics when it produced on the impedance diagram. Okay, when it produced on the impedance diagram, that means the RX diagram. Diagram in the circuit passing through the origin sheets in the figure. Okay, it is a directional relay. Also it may be obtained by this fault condition. Okay, then last one is the operating characteristics. The operating characteristics of an Moore relay. Okay, it is a straight line when plotted and the admittance diagram. A straight line when passing through an admittance diagram. The operating torque for an Moore relay is by VI element. The operating characteristics of Moore relay is by the VI element and restraining torque but we can obtain by this relay. Okay, a comparison of these Moore characteristics and impedance characteristics and power swing conditions. The AB of this line to be protected. The impedance characteristics nearly will be trip woven for the fault point behind the location. Okay, the Moore characteristics relays requiring the comparatively small area of the circular of the line AB which does not senses the fault behind the A. Okay, during the power swing, the locus of the impedance measured by the relay moves along the curve as the Moore relay does not operate during the power of the winding. This is the torque equation. This is the total torque equation for the Moore relay. By using this Moore relay, we are obtaining the how the Moore relay or the admittance relay will be operated and what is the operation of this Moore relay and how the torque will be produced and what are the constants of this. The torque equations are to be obtained by using this Moore relay. This is the torque equation for the Moore relay. Next, coming to the operational characteristics of this Moore relay. These are the operational characteristics are obtained by using this the RX diagram. Resistance and reactance diagrams. By using the RX diagram, we are obtaining the operational characteristics. Okay, by using this diagram, these diagrams, the operational characteristics are to be obtained. Okay, on the x-axis we are taken as the R. On the x-axis we are taken as the R, on y-axis we are taken as the X. This is the impedance Z equal to the K3 cos of theta minus T by K2, and this is the cos of theta minus T equal to the Z into K3 by K1. Okay, this is the angle between the theta and this is the theta minus tau, and this is the angle between the tau and this is the theta minus tau. Okay, in the operating characteristics of these types are obtained is closing the passing through the jet are obtained, then closing the passing through of the zone. This is the operating zone of this Moore relay or the distance relay, and this is the off peak tie of the relay. Okay, the operating characteristics when drawn on a RX diagram is a circle passing through the origin. This is the circle passing through this origin. The operating characteristics when drawn on the RX diagram is a circle is passing through the origin. We can draw this by using the impedance. By using this impedance, the operating characteristics relation, then Z is less than the K3 by K2 cos of theta minus tau. Okay, where Z is less than the K3 by K2 cos of theta minus tau. Okay, this is the overall operating characteristics of a Moore relay. Okay, this Moore relay torque equation and the RX diagrams are to be obtained by using these different diagrams, and we calculate the torque equation for this Moore relay. This is the different types of a distance relays. First of all, by using this distance relays, we will protect the transmission line within the distance, or we will protect the transmission line within the specified areas. This is the faulted location, and this is the transmission line. This is the transmission line, and OF is the relay location or the transmission location. That means the relay operating time. And if the fault will be obtained within this zone, then automatically the distance relay will be operated. It will be obtained based upon the impedance value. The relay may be operated based upon the impedance value, and also this distance relay will be operated at the particular distance. At this particular distance only this relay will be operated. In this case, the flux depends upon the distance of the fault in the line. Okay, the relay operates depends upon the impedance between the points of fault and point where the relay is installed. Okay, these relays are known as the distance relays or the impedance relays. Okay, the impedance value will be taken as by considering the ratio of V and the I. Then we obtain this, we obtain the impedance value. Okay, due to that impedance value, we are operating the distance relay may be operated. Okay, where OF is the protective zone. In this protective zone, if any fault will be obtained, then automatically this relay may be operated. Okay, this is the whose action. This action is depending upon the distance of the feeding point to the fault. Okay, the distance relay is depends on the distance between the feeding point to the fault. Okay, this is the overall distance relay, and also how the distance relay will be operated, and what are the classifications of a distance relay. Okay, basically the distance relays are classified into three types. That is, the first one is the impedance relay, next one is the reactance relay, next third one is the admittance, are the more types of relays. We are having the first, we are having the universal torque equation. By using this universal torque equation, we will obtaining the torque equations for the three types of the relays. That is the impedance relay, reactance relay, and also the admittance relays. By using the universal torque equation, we obtain we calculate the torques for different types of three types of the relays. Okay, basically the universal torque equation is obtained by it is the ratio of the current coil and the voltage coil. Okay, current and the voltage coil. This is the universal torque equation, where in this case the torque T equal to the K1 I square plus K2 V square plus K3 Vi cos of theta minus tau plus K4, where K4 is the mechanical inertia constant, that sign will be changed. Okay, then in that case the K1 I square is the torque developed by the current winding, and K2 V square is the voltage developed by the winding. This is the universal torque equation. By using this universal torque equation, we calculate the torques for the impedance relay, reactance relay, and also the admittance relays. By using these equations, universal torque equation, we easily calculate and we easily understand how the torque will be produced in the three types of relays: impedance relay, reactance relay, and also the admittance relay. Okay, basically in the case of the impedance relay, the torque equation is the K1 I square minus K2 V square minus K3. In this case, the K4 is the constant, inertia constant, maybe the 0. Okay, next one is the K3 is the being the torque developed by the control spring. K3 is the torque developed by the control spring, and this is the RX diagram for this. The for the relay. Next one is the reactance relay. By using this reactance relay, by using the universal torque equation, we calculate the reactance, we calculate the torque value and also the Rx diagram. This is the positive torque region and inner one is the positive torque region and this is the negative torque region. In that case, the universal torque is the K2I2 minus K3VI sin theta. K2I3 minus VI sin theta. In this case, K2 equal to 0 and also K4 equal to 0. Then torque will be equal to the 90 degrees. Okay, next last one is the admittance or the mode type of relay. Admittance are the mode type of relay. In the admittance are the mode type of the relay, by using this admittance are the mode type of relay, the universal torque equation is the T equal to K1I square plus K2V square minus K3VI cos of theta minus tau plus K4. By using this universal torque equation, we calculate the admittance or mode type of relay torque equation is the K3VI cos of theta minus tau minus K2V square minus K2V square. K3VI cos of theta minus tau minus K2V square. This is the universal torque equation. By using this equation, by putting the terms K1 equal to 0, K2 equal to minus 1 and K4 equal to 0, and then the torque will be obtained K3VI cos of theta minus tau minus K2V square minus K2V square cos of theta minus tau minus K2E square for the relay to be operated. The relay operation is obtained. This is the admittance torque equation. Admittance are the more relay type of the torque equation, and this is the operating characteristics of this mode type of relay. By using these operating characteristics, what is the how the circle will be passing through the origin, and Rx diagram of the circle is passing through the origin, and then we can draw the impedance value that will be less than K3 by K2 ratio, and that is the angle between the theta minus tau. This is the overall operating characteristics of a different types of the relays, that is the impedance relay, reactance relay and also the admittance relays. These are the various classifications of a distance type of relays. Okay, by using this distance type of relays, how much torque will be obtained or calculated by using the universal torque equation. By using this universal torque equation, we calculate what are the torque values are to be obtained in the case of a impedance, reactance and admittance are the mode type of relays are to be obtained by using this type of relays. Okay, these are the various types of a distance type of distance relays, that is the impedance, reactance and admittance are the mode type of relays. By using these different torque equations, how the relay will be operated are identified. Okay, these are the various types of a distance relays and also the universal torque equation. In the case of the relays, the universal torque equation is the one of the major important case. By using the universal torque equation, I describe the operation of any electrical relays and also the sign of some of the terms or ignoring, and the applications of all the types of relays are to be obtained. Okay, by using this torque equation, some of the variables and constants are there. By using this universal torque equation we are obtaining how the relay will be operated or understand very easily. Okay, this is the different types of a distance relays and also the torque equations and also the operating characteristics are to be obtained by VI characteristics and also the RX diagram. By using these RX diagrams, what is the operating zone in the relay and what is the non-operating zone and what are the positive torque regions and what are the negative torque regions are obtained are easily understand and easily observed by using the RX diagram and the VI characteristics of the relays. Okay, this is the classifications or various classifications of a distance type of relays. Okay, thank you.